Welcome, Kairos Secure friends. It is an absolute pleasure to be with you in the third month of this year, and boy, has it gone fast. Listen, March is a very special time, and so is November. So, as I do this presentation, know the men that are listening, yes, we do very much care for you. But March happens to be Women's Month. So, we're going to talk a lot about your women patients, and we want to reflect on why this month in March is so very important because 67% of the women out there are making decisions for their entire family and oftentimes their friends. So, being able to share the chiropractic education during Women's History Month is a very fine place to be. And I like to flip things upside down. So, usually you say, in like a line, out like a lamb as spring starts to approach. Well, this is going to be in like a lamb and out like a lion because we're in the third week, but we have so much room to really showcase. We're almost at the end of March actually to showcase this. So this next few days are going to be really important for us to get this information out. So as we go through, I want to just share with you a couple of important pieces. And you know more than most that we can't do much without coming together and look at these fabulous corporate sponsors that are coming together to do more, be more, so that our patients can have more. So, thank you to each and every one of them, giving a shout out to Kairos Secure for this Facebook Live. Now we go into Women's History Month. This is going to be fun because we're going to take a different approach. I want to share with you that when you start to promote, as you know, March 8th was International Women's Day, but you can promote this anytime. This one particularly is Empowered Women Heal the World, one patient at a time. And so we reflect on our women DCs out there, particularly one very important one, and that is Mabel Palmer. During National Women Chiropractors Appreciation Day is June 5th. So you're already ahead of the game now. You know, June 5th is going to be a day that we can really showcase one of the first female chiropractors who made an impact worldwide. She happened to be the wife of BJ Palmer and is known as the father of chiropractic. She was just one of those women that knew that the world needed chiropractic. And as you do today, hands on healing is a really important piece to today's world. And peace is a word I use in many ways. It's peace of mind, it's peace that heals the world, and it's the peace within the body that creates good health, or should we say great health, is what chiropractors do. So these are some of the organizations that I want to give a shout out to because they're doing a powerful role of being able to showcase women and women chiropractors, the WDC, the ACA Women's Council on Health, and the League of Chiropractic Women, as well as the World Congress of Women Chiropractors. So thank you, all of those organizations, for doing and being the role models that we so very much need for healthcare today. As we move through, we want to talk about what changes are happening in how women now need to reflect on their bodies are definitely designed differently and their biochemistry in fact is very much different. So over time we're starting to get more and more education and research out on the hormones that happen during every stage of life for women. So getting out information that really helps women understand their bodies better, because reflecting back 50 years, everything was a generic. It looks like what it is, and so therefore it is. Well, we're not going to submit to that thinking as we move through Women's Month because menopause, perimenopause, postmenopause are all things that people have questions about in today's world. And also, how does a woman who is suffering with painful menstruation, how does she get the impact that she needs to be able to move forward? And I want to just help you embrace how important it is to keep these electronic white papers and tip sheets out there for your patients to look at. There's a lot of women out there that are still afraid to ask questions, especially as it comes into a separate stage in their life that they may not be comfortable with themselves. So, embracing a menopause mindset. And, gentlemen, this is also for you, for your female patients, because they will absolutely look up to you as an expert in the community, and being able to just share this type of information with them is really helpful, along with some of the strategies. Maximizing stability as we age are beautiful pieces to really honor the aspects of Women's International Month. So, the infographics, we've had a lot of great feedback, and there's anything from what bra size you're wearing, is it the right bra size, to stress and menopause, and checking your posture and how that differs, especially if you're wearing the wrong bra size. So, if your front desk is willing to help you assist in getting out this information, it would really be helpful. But I also think it's great, even if it's this week, the very last week of March, to showcase your support. Choose Chiropractic for Women's Health. And you put this on your Facebook as your cover, or possibly your LinkedIn. And that will allow your audience to see that you're very serious about helping women in the questions that they may have during Women's Month. So be aware. Now, remember, I always talk about your walls are alive, and this would be a great one if you had behind every frame in your office 12 posters, and you make sure that those frames can help hold those 12 posters, and you make this, number 3. That's for March, and you know why you're putting it out there. So skip your posters to number 3. This would be a great one. How chiropractic care helps PMS symptoms. You have no idea the far reach that this poster will have. There may be a teenager that sees it, or maybe it's a mother who looks down and says, I've been suffering with this for my entire life, and I never thought to ask questions. So make your walls alive. Now we have customizable presentations for you, and one particular one that you could do at any time. This does not have to be during March. It's just apropos that it is celebrating women in the History Month of Women, and where we've been and what we're accomplishing in now and pushing forward to the future. But a women's health lecture would bring a lot of your community together, and you can pair it up. Maybe there's a yoga instructor that wants to talk about their yoga classes, or perhaps there is someone who is very much involved in reading labels at Whole Foods or something like that. You can pair your on-site women's celebration event with a virtual as well, and these PowerPoint presentations are ready to go. So what do you have to do? One thing: get involved. Stand up, show up, put up, and speak up. That's our goal here at the Foundation for You. And speaking of speaking up, we have Adjusted Reality, and it is now in 108 countries. So let's make sure in your community that it is being promoted, and we share with our friends and family that there are many ways to broaden your education levels, and one of them, which is celebrating the podcasts. Podcasts can be while you walk, run, or go to the grocery store. So there, one particularly in this one is The Transformational Power of Healthy Relationships with Michelle Mays. I highly recommend that, because it is one of those podcasts that brings about almost all aspects, is your communication pattern with your friends, your family, and yourself. Oftentimes we've been hurt by the people that we love the most, and Michelle brings that to the forefront and has a very honest, and she is a very authentic individual, and her book is fantastic. So listening to that, you yourself, doctor, so that you can have great communication patterns with your patients, is always a good thing too. As always, research matters, and that research needs to be in your vocabulary on a regular basis, because if it is not, we're not progressing. And oftentimes we can regress if we don't use objective stats. That's why I want to promote for you just a minimum once a month. Take your coffee, sit somewhere quiet, and just refresh your memory on some of the important research that is out there. I was recently at ACC RAC, where the researchers were there. And I will tell you, they're a fabulous group of individuals, the educators, the legislators, the regulators, and the students were there too. And it's so nice to see the fresh, vibrant research that's coming out in chiropractic to support everything we do. And, in chiropractic, there was the famous saying that um, seeing is believing, but for chiropractors, sometimes believing is seeing. And we don't often get to see back in the good old days the MRIs that showcased what our outcome measures were going to be, but now we can see differences in brain impact, differences in how the spine and the flexibility are being impacted. And some of this great research is out there, and I want your patients to know it too. So we create these moments for you. So keep an eye out for what we do. And that's why we put it into the Monday marketing roadmap. So every Monday you can be wealthy in education and opportunities to motivate and inspire your community. It may be a healthcare provider down the street, an orthopedist that you've never talked to. Well, there's no better time than now to get over to them and say, "Can I take you to coffee or breakfast and share some late research? And what about what's happening in your clinic, doctor? I'd love to hear how I could be of service to you." That's why Monday marketing memos are so important. Set yourself up right. The journey is real. Sometimes when you feel a little overwhelmed, you don't know where you are, you're nowhere. And when you look at the research and develop communication with your community, then you go from nowhere to now here. Let's celebrate some of the updates we have for you. This is what makes my job the most amazing job in the world. This is our impact report. If there's one thing that you put your dollars to, it should be a nonprofit that showcases a double down return. What am I talking about? A return on investment and a return on impact. You don't need to wait to donate to the chiropractic profession. You can do it when you feel so. The need is real. And when you read this impact, you'll see that we have a lot more work to do, but we have accomplished a great deal. So we're celebrating 20 years. But if you would kindly take a moment to reflect on where 20 years have gone and how we couldn't have been there without you. So if you're not with us, well, I ask where your money is really going, because your profession, in my eyes, is probably the most significant thing that is out there right now today in a world that is hurting in many ways. You bring a solution that is absolutely beautiful. Now we're going to move to, if I am a member, how do I use my membership? Well, what a great question you asked. That is, now you can download and go through a presentation with our fabulous marketing director, Alexis Lignos. And how do you leverage, if you're a new member, some of the marketing best practices? And we have them all there for you. These are as good as the beginning of 2024, where we look to the algorithms that are out there. So come with us along the way. Now we're ready to spring. I hope you are. Spring into action. What is that going to look like? Well, I'm sitting you up right now. It's March. You still have a week left. Let's get out the Next Step community. Once you download this toolkit, it's self explanatory. It's so simple. We know exercise is a part of good mental health status. We know it's great for your overall weight, and it's fantastic for strengthening and balance. So let's get our community moving. Let's just get your staff moving. If one thing happens this month in April coming up, is that you got your staff on a walk, you rock. All right. So download is super simple. You see it right there, f4cp.org/next step. Yes, pick up a pencil, write that down one more time, f4cp.org/next step. And you'll have everything, and I guarantee everything you need to spring into action and make your Next Step community a big piece of April. And now, what are we going to do for you? If you're going to go walk for yourself, I applaud you. If you want to help get the message out for chiropractic, well, we are going to produce 3 commercials, and they're going to be pickleball, rodeo, and last, but coming up right away is actually first, is golf. And these commercials are set to reach 100 million patients. Now, listen, it's not easy to get on the Golf Channel, and we have 17 30-second commercials that will be airing during the PGA tournaments. So let's celebrate. This has been a minimized opportunity that we're going to hit 1.5 million households. Think about that. That's the minimum level. Where could we go if we started to promote, let's say, golf-friendly podcast? There is lots of ways to dive into our posters and bring out golf. It's a fun way. And this is our behind the scenes with the commercial that we have just promoted. And it kind of talks about the video itself.
That's the money shot right there. Look out! Yeah, that's good.
That's the energy and vibe that went into putting together that golf commercial. And I got to tell you, I am epically impressed with the professionalism of our production team and how they put everything together. So I cannot wait to share next month what that commercial is. It's embargoed right now, but trust me, you're going to be able to see it. I hope you'll be able to watch it on the Golf Channel and talk to your friends and family if they want a better swing. No better way to get that than is being able to get that perfect swing through the right biomechanics. So again, I'm just sharing with you, we're going to be on the PGA Tour. The Golf Channel is going to air our 30-second commercial 17 times. So if you would kindly write those down, April 8th to the 14th. You can even just print out a Masters tournament, look for our golf commercial to your patients, set it up on your alerts, and be able to come back to the foundation to promote our commercial and be able to get this information out. I mean, is this not the most exciting part of our job? And 20 years ago, we couldn't do this. Now we can, because you're with us and you're inspired to share the benefits of chiropractic care, specifically now in April, coming up with the Spring in Your Step, Next Step community with a PGA golf commercial showcasing the benefits of chiropractic for the perfect swing. It's just really fun. So, as we go through and we look at this, it's going to be an epic time for us to reach that many Americans and for us to be able to share the excitement. Lastly, as we go through the end of March, one thought for you to consider is, how do you spring clean, declutter the stress in your life? And I say that because I've been to a lot of events, state associations, and conferences across the country. And the one thing that I see and hear is the strain and stress that's coming into healthcare. And I want you to know that the foundation is here for you and with you. And there is a podcast that was just launched, Declutter Your Brain. This is the spring cleaning that we need to have for ourselves. Self-care for you is incredibly important. And I want you to know we're with you. So being able to lower our stress levels, have more fun, have more energy, and create an environment that really supports you is important. So I want to thank you during this month. Hope you all have a fantastic Easter weekend ahead, and know that I'll be back in April with so much more goodness to share with you. You're a chiropractor. Be very proud. I am very proud of this profession, and we are only getting started. So meet me back here in April. I look forward to seeing you all soon.
Isn't it time you join the most powerful team of successful doctors in chiropractic and go for the gold? Simply go to www.f4cp.org/package and get your customized practice success solution.